So this episode is about when I get too high. Some might call it stoned. I don't even, and right now I'm stoned. I don't know what's going on. Um, I just got off. This is going to be stream of consciousness. I just called my friend. Um, his name is Kyle. Because I was scared of being too high. I didn't. I'm an authentic guy, and I'm not going to be a proponent of marijuana and not talk about, the side effects or the bad things, however you want to phrase it. But yeah, I got too high and I did some things from my perspective that I shouldn't have done. Um, it's nothing bad at all. It's just I'm extremely hard on myself, and in this case, I'm being even more hard on myself. But so I was just in my bed, just like staring at the ceiling, and I saw I when I'm high, even if I'm not stoned, I crave human connection. That has been one thing I've learned. I always crave human connection, but it's almost like my full all the years that I've lacked human connection almost all come out and manifest when I'm high, a little high, or stoned. And so I'll really reach out to people. Sometimes people I shouldn't be reaching out to, people from the past. I'll do that, and that's kind of what happened today. Is something like that I feel like I shouldn't have done, and I'm being hard on myself. But anyways, I call Kyle. He's the first male friend I've ever had since the age of 11, and he has autism. He's a little older than me. He has autism, and I've never related to anybody else with autism except for him. Honestly, I don't feel. I don't get other adults with autism. And, thoughts are coming up in my head now that are like, why are you saying this, Russell? It's like my inner critic. Don't say that, Russell, because you're going to offend people. Russell, what are you saying? But I feel that way. And that's the part of these things. Part of my goal with these videos is not just to talk about marijuana, but talk about things that aren't being talked about, including for me. I want to push almost the limits on um, hiding parts of ourselves because we're afraid of how others will view us. We all do that. No matter how vulnerable or authentic or real you may think you are, your subconscious controls 90% of what you say and do, and your 10% that's consciousness is controlling it as well because you're consciously alert on how people are going to react. So even though I say I'm very authentic and transparent, there's a lot I hold back, obviously. And so that's a goal of mine with these videos, is to just be more raw, more transparent. It's not like I'm going to be the new Snoop Dogg, like, just being in commercials for marijuana. This has a profound meaning for me. And I'm making this video because Kyle, I don't know. I told Kyle some really deep things that I feel when I get really stoned. And I thought he was going to say I'm batshit crazy because I truly feel like I'm not part of this world. That I'm an alien or from a different age or different whatever. Again, Kyle is not only the only person with autism I've ever related to, he's the only person I've ever related to. So I explained as best I could, being stoned, to him over the phone, and I've never called him before. I mean, I rarely call anybody. I never call anybody. So it goes to show you how important Kyle is to me that I actually reached out and called him. Because I don't do that unless I really care about people and they mean a lot to me. But anyway, I get these feelings where it's almost like autism for me, and I've heard a lot of other people as well. It's almost like something spiritual almost. It's like I do not feel, and I know this is probably gonna sound just like some high guy talking, right? High autistic guy. Like I'm having my moment when I'm high, my epiphanies. But I've always felt this, even when I'm sober. It's just to a higher extent right now. So I relate to Kyle what I was feeling, and I thought he was gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about, but he was like, man, I'm sitting here in my car, I'm as sober as can be, and everything you're saying makes sense to me, and I feel that every single day. And that connection, like, wow, talk about an intimate, personal connection with another human. Something I honestly thought, fuck, I didn't think I'd ever experience that with another person. I thought I just had to kind of fake it in this world and pretend I connect with people. It's so fucking hard for me to connect with people. And so I fake it a lot. Just in order to have relationships with people. I fake my fucking connection with them. There's like 2 people in my whole life that I've ever had a real connection with outside of my family. And that's hard. 2 people in 30 years. One is Kyle. And there's no in between. It's not like some connection. It's all or nothing for me. And life gets really fucking artificial when you realize 90%, well, all but 2 connections you have in this world are not real. You don't feel anything behind it. Because I'm differently wired. You throw in the autism, but you throw in the bipolar, the OCD, the panic, the trauma. That's a lot of wires that need to go in the right sockets, and it's just, they got mixed up, understandably so. So I guess I just simply will end this video by saying I created this video because that connection I felt with Kyle over that phone call that I almost never feel in my life felt so good enough that I wanted the world to know about it. So thank you, Kyle, and thank you all for tuning in.